Diffusion en direct, vous êtes en direct. Arrête la diffusion. Okay, that'll tickle me here. Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Kiki. Yeah, today had yeah, let's start from okay. So today was interesting. I came into work. It was the first day that I was ever working since I started at this particular store where my girlfriend was not working for the same store, and in fact she left. She is no longer with us. And oh my god, this isn't gonna work. Hang on a second, guys, because I don't trust this thing. So there, problem solved. So now when this thing goes off, there we go. But anyway, so light issues temporarily resolved. So okay, so I came into work. It was the first day that I was actually working by myself since I switched to the store that I worked at, because my girlfriend's last day was yesterday. She has taken a new job. We are hopefully going to be pulling in a lot more income, meaning I can hopefully, when I get a better job, because I'm working on switching to an overnight position because she has an overnight, and I don't want to be awake when she's asleep and sleep when she's awake. I'm looking into that, so hopefully the increased money will mean that I'll be able to save more because I'm trying to develop a passive income. So today was the first day that I worked without my baby being present, being building. It was very lonely, very different, and I've never felt so sad and lonely. And this went on for good majority of my day, the first 3 periods of my shift. So I split my shifts up into periods, same way you would in a typical school schedule. You know how you have homeroom, first period, second period, third period, etc. Um, well, minus the homeroom, I have I separated my shift in a similar way. When I first clock in to 3 o'clock, so 1 to 3, is my first period. 3:15, because that's my 15-minute break. 3:15 to 5 p.m. is second period. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is third period, and then 8:15 to 10 p.m. is fourth period, or the end of the day. Don't know why I wanted to explain that, but I am alive, so waiting for my bitch to come out. She's kind of doing stuff. She says she wants to toki. So, yes. By the way, if you smoke weed, feel free to toki, and yeah, I support that shit. Yeah, I really support that shit. 420 blaze it, motherfuckers. But anyway, so we get to third period, the end of third period, where we're approaching 8 o'clock. It's time for me to get ready to go take my last break of the day. Now, mind you, in order to get what happened, I have to basically explain how I got in that situation. Now, I do want to say it's not an unpleasant situation. It was one I was definitely unprepared for, and it gave me mixed feelings afterwards. I'm not going to lie. It did put a smile on my face for sure, though. That is for sure. So I don't know about you, but I hate capitalism. I hate this goddamn economy. The only reason I have a job and I'm even participating in what you call a fucking economy, even though this is really just a system of systemic oppression of systemizing proportions. Come outside, sexy bitch. I'm live. I'm live. Say hi to my audience, and nobody's watching, by the way. Nobody's watching, so say hi. Nice booty. Don't you pretend to fart in my face. Fucking slap their butt. But anyway.
She harassed me, YouTube.
Yes, I did. I just did just now. But anyway, so well, let me hit this because I have a rule when a smoke sesh starts: don't park on the fucking grass or you're out. Puff puff pass, motherfucker. So let me do my thing. Here you go, bitch. And here's a lighter if you need it. I'm putting it right here behind you. So anyway, now going back to where I was. I don't know about you, but I fucking hate capitalism. I fucking hate this system. Oh, really? So a filthy socialist, commie, Marxist motherfucker like you is engaging in capitalism, spewing that message from a thing made by a capitalisms and things. Duly noted. I'm only participating in this system because I have no choice. It doesn't make me fucking hate it any less. I really don't think I should have to waste away all my days, all my life, jacking off billionaires' bank accounts just so that I can get scraps and maybe earn my right to rent an apartment, as opposed to get a part-time job and be able to just buy a house off the bat with a low wage part-time job. Now, where am I going with this? Knowing what I just the tangent I went on. If socialism was enacted in the United States tomorrow, as in, okay, we're done here, 10,000 checks per week for everybody, fuck out of my fucking White House, get out of here, bye-bye, we're done, court adjourned. If that happened tomorrow, wait a minute. Oh, by the way, nobody has to quit their jobs. This is an additional $10,000 on top of your actual income. I'm quitting my job, motherfucker. You think I'm gonna fucking work? No. That's why these losers are trying to keep the wages low and because they want us to work more. They don't want people like me being able to just sit around and be like, my life is great. I have me time. They don't fucking want that shit. Get out of here. So the need to participate in an economy that I feel is a direct detriment to my mental health and physical health, I try to distract myself from my actual work. Now, that's not to say I'm not working. Oh, that's all I fucking do. All I fucking do from the moment I clock in to the moment I clock out, with the exception of my breaks, is fucking work. However, right here, is not working. Right here is off in its own little world. Doing what, though? Sometimes I have my normal introvert monologue inside my head where it's like, okay, well, fuck the world and this is why, and I go into all these different scenarios and all that crap. Hang on a second, because I'm parking on the grass. You heard her. She's laughing at me. There you go. There's a little secondhand smoke for you guys. Here, take it. So anyway, that's sometimes of what's going on. I'm kind of zoning out in here and just letting my muscle memory take over. But a lot of the times I kind of distract myself in other ways from how miserable I am. And that is singing. I sing to myself at work because it makes me happy and it makes me less miserable and it makes me hate my apparent purpose a lot less. Now, you might be asking, okay, so how does this relate to the incident or the situation that you're referring to? Okay. So just by mere habit alone, I'm going through my shift. I'm zoning. I'm making sure everything's all nice and neat. I'm singing Quand le soleil dit bonjour aux montagnes et qu'à la nuit rencontre les jours. Right? Okay, so you see that there, right? You see me singing. I know I sing horribly. Don't care. Don't care what you think. I like the songs I sing. 1 minute I'm all happy and merry and I'm singing my music, and next thing I know I am silent. Like I am so silent you could hear a pin drop all the way on the other side of the store. Like that's how fucking silent I was. Because there were some customers in the other aisle who were speaking to each other in French. Now, here's the thing. Here's why I have mixed feelings about this. Because it's like, I took up French for two reasons. One, I wanted to be bilingual so that I could assist customers at my job, that may not speak English. And we have enough people there who speak Spanish. We have some people who speak French, but I feel like there could be more, maybe one more. Why not that one more person be me? So I started learning French because I wanted to be one of those people who could help someone who speaks French but doesn't know any other language, doesn't know English, sure enough. Because I don't know. And I lied. I said it is 2 reasons. It's actually 3. The second reason is because I'm actually, believe it or not, I know I totally sound it right now. If you can tell, I'm totally not being sarcastic. I am part French and French Canadian. And I don't want to be known as that Frenchie that don't know French. So I'm trying to learn French. I feel like my great grandma Lydia, who is actually responsible for the French in my ancestry, I feel like she would be proud of me if she knew that I was trying to learn French, because she migrated here in 1890s from Quebec, our neighbor to the north, Canada, Quebec, Montreal, I believe. I don't remember. I don't know which part of Quebec she was coming from, but yeah, I feel like my great grandma Lydia would be very proud of me if she knew I was trying to learn French. May she rest in peace. But hang on a minute. I'm parking on the grass again. Here we go, babe. So that's reason number 2. And then reason number 3 is, if things keep going the way they've been going in this country, I want to get out of here. And I'm willing to deal with a higher cost of living in our neighbor to the north because healthcare apparently is free. So healthcare is free. And definitely a better place for LGBT folks. So I've heard. Their far right movement is not nearly as powerful as it is in the United States, and nearly as widespread in and I mean to the extent of what the United States is dealing with right now. As in, I've heard support for people's existence, and who they are and who they love is way higher than it is here. The land of the free. So, and I wanted to be, of course, as close to the border, the New York State border, as possible, so that if I ever wanted to, see my family, I could catch a Greyhound, cross country borders, come see my family. So therefore, that rules out every province except Quebec, where my great grandma Lydia came from. So I wanted to know French in order to be able to migrate back to what kind of almost feels, at least probably due to my grandma, my great grandma. Or no, sorry, I keep calling her great grandma. She's actually my great great grandma, Lydia, because she was my grandfather's mother's mother, my grandfather's grandmother. So she would be my great great grandma Lydia, because my great grandparents were born in the 19 teens. Um, so yeah, due to that, I feel like Quebec might actually be another hometown for me. I don't know. We'll see. But that was another reason why I wanted to learn French. Now, what does this have to do with the situation I brought up? Well, I went completely silent because, like I said, they were speaking French. And now, all of a sudden, my French singing ass um, is completely silent because it's like, uh-oh. And this was before I heard them switch or notice that they were switching back and forth from French to English and English to French. I only heard them initially speaking French at first. So my thought was, oh my God, Michaela, shut the fuck up right now. Because you are not fluent in French. And if they hear you singing in French and they don't know any other language, they're going to come to you and you're not going to know how to help them. Now they're going to come to me regardless because I'm wearing a blue vest. That fear kind of subsided because they were speaking English too. They were speaking English as well. So therefore, my anxiety went down a little bit. So I kind of went back to singing. But I kept finding myself, I'm not going to lie, and I feel embarrassed to admit this, but I was finding myself shutting up to listen to what they say to see if there was anything I could understand. It wasn't because I was trying to be nosy, but it was because I was trying to challenge myself. I was trying to see, is there anything that they're saying that I understand? And there was a little bit. I mean, I can't like fully comprehend what they were talking about when they were speaking in French, but I noticed some keywords and recognized a bunch. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that, for being able to understand when someone's speaking in French. Or not understand what they're saying, but understand, like, recognize words. Now, the reason I feel mixed feelings is because this definitely, not gonna lie, we did interact because they did ask me for something, and I pointed them to where the only thing we had. Hey, I'm not done yet.
Well, that food might be. So.
And you can participate too. You're the bitch who also co-stars in my shit. You're the one that contributes the weird facial expressions when I say something that's stupid.
Hey, if you want to rip me into your shit, that's fine, but don't try to pluck me into it.
I love you.
I love you too.
Hey, you're an even bigger pain. We're so mean. But anyway. So yeah, now, I'm not gonna lie, it did put a smile on my face because it's like we did have an interaction. Because they were asking me, like I said, they were asking me for something, and they brought up the fact that I was singing in French because I was singing still again to myself. I didn't increase or decrease volume, I just stayed at normal, just singing to myself. And they said to me, "Hey, I noticed you were singing in French. Are you Canadian?" And I said, "Well, I'm French Canadian, but I don't actually, but I'm not like, but I was born in the United States, meaning I, um, while I do have that ancestry, I was born here, ergo, I speak my main English at the moment is English, and eventually, I will be able to add French to my list of fluent languages. It's just a matter of not being fucking lazy and actually picking up Duolingo. And also researching, because Duolingo ain't gonna teach me much, like compared to what actually learning the grammar and proper sentence formation and punctuation and things like that, you know. Um, at the moment, like when they were asking me about it in English, it was a lot less anxiety inducing for me because it's like if they had tried to speak to me in French, I would not be able to form a sentence. And yet, I can do something like this so easily without missing a fucking beat. Chaque mille que je parcours me semble inutile. Je cherche sans jamais rien trouver. Je vois ton visage qu'il me hante. Je me demande pourquoi je t'ai quitté. Like, I can sing mile after mile in French without missing a beat. But when it comes to actually speaking in a one-on-one, it's a little different because when you're singing, you know what you're speaking. You know what needs to be said. Um, you're saying those, but you're saying with melody. So singing. I don't know why I'm saying say whatever. I'm stoned, so good shit. Anyway, um, and then so there was that, and then but then when you're speaking it, if you're just someone starting out like me, I might need to listen to you twice before I can fully understand what you're saying, because I may need to hear it once, and then I may need to rehear what you're saying in order to piece together any words that I may have missed. And then I need to translate that in my head. And at this point, it's word by word, so not phrase by phrase, word by word, which can be a long process. So you could be like, um, bonsoir. Comment t'appelles-tu? And then I would be like, bonsoir. Uh, good evening. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, because bon is good. Soir, evening. What was it? Can you say that again? Comment m'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment, how t'appelles? Um, your name, and then tu, you. Huh. So then, if you switch that up so that it's English grammar, then they're asking me for my name and they're saying good evening. Okay, now how do I say that back? Um, oh, bonsoir. Right. Okay. Now, right. Je m'appelle Michaela. And then all in all, this whole process takes like 5 minutes. So it's like, because I literally have to translate word for word because I'm so new to this. Like, and so therefore, here I am struggling and making a fool out of myself, and then the fear is after that they would be mad at me for whatever reason, like, oh, this person's a fraud and a fake and everything, and fuck them, and then reporting me, and then I lose my job, and blah 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 blah. So I'm not gonna lie, I do have severe anxiety, so it's like all this kind of crashes down in one. Yeah, not proud of the fact that my mind always wanders to the worst places, the worst fears, the worst case scenario, always first immediately. It's so frustrating. But I'm not gonna lie, all that just piling on top of me at once was why I think initially I went silent, like, because like I said, I was singing and then all of a sudden I went silent, and I think that anxiety is why I went silent at first, because it was like, oh my god, Michaela, shut the hell up, because you can sing in French, but you can't actually communicate in French, and if they don't know how to speak in English, then they might they're gonna think that you would know how to help them, you would understand what they're saying, because you are singing to yourself in French. Like, and so there's just it's so bad. It's just every day is that, like, I've had that anxiety, and then yeah. But needless to say, all that aside, the good thing, the better part, because here's the positive side. This is what put a smile on my face. Cause now that we got the anxiety aspect of it, the worrisome aspect of it out of the way, here's the good part of it. This is what put a smile on my face. Here I am, like, communicating in English, of course, and talking about my great great grandmother, who was born in Quebec and migrated to the U.S. I like I he they were very encouraging. They were very impressed. In fact, the lady said to me, judging based on how you were singing, I would not have been able to guess that you couldn't speak French. So I'm not gonna lie, that did put a smile on my face. That was very reassuring. Like, because one of my biggest fears is that I'm trying, and I think this is the fear of a lot of people who are learning another language, whether it's Spanish, people who speak Spanish trying to learn English, or German trying to learn, I don't know, Chinese, or in my case, English speaker trying to learn French. I think we all share one thing in common. If we try to speak that language that we're trying to learn to someone who actually speaks it, will they understand us? And for a while, that's been my big fear. If I'm speaking in French or singing in French, is my accent so bad and so strong that they can't understand what I'm trying to say? That has been a big fear of mine, because and I'm and Google Assistant, ironically, that's why I said assistant with emphasis, is not helping the situation, because I have my Google Assistant set to French because I'm trying to work on my pronunciation. And I figured my logic is, since I don't have many French friends to speak with and be able to practice with. I don't have any, actually. I mean, pretty introverted person. I'm not someone who goes out of my way to make friends, so I guess it makes sense. Um, like, sorry, I got a message from my girlfriend. I don't even remember what I was saying. Um, sorry. My something about oh my god, I forgot what I was saying. I hate it when that happens. But anyway, it was a big fear of mine that the person who actually speaks French is not going to be able to understand me because my accent is so strong. Oh, that I remember. Um, Google Assistant is meant to be able to help me try to practice better because I don't have many friends because I'm very introverted. I don't go out of my way to try to make friends. Even when people try to make friends with me, I still kind of closed off. Like some of my coworkers have been very friendly to me, but it's like oh my god. I think a bug just flew into my mouth. Anyway, so since I don't have that social circle and potentially any people in there who may speak French, all I really have to practice with is Google Assistant. So here I am, basic commands. Okay, Google, chronométrer pour 15 minutes. And then, bien sûr, c'est parti, is the response. Or let's say I need to be back inside in 45 minutes. Okay, okay, Google, règle une minuterie pour 45 minutes. Bien sûr, c'est parti. You know how it goes. But a lot of the encouraging things they said was in was directly addressed, ironically, and I never told them about my anxiety, or maybe I did, but I don't remember saying anything about my anxiety. Um, they actually were addressing my anxiety probably without even realizing it because they were basically saying, no matter what, don't worry about whether or not you're able to be understood. Just continue to learn and learn and learn the language and you'll get it over time. Oh no, wait, that was Cecil in the break room. Sorry, I'm combining two different conversations. But they were saying, don't worry about whether or not you're easy to understand. What matters is you're learning the language and eventually over time you'll get it. and um and I guess I'm not gonna lie, it did leave me with a smile and I was kind of all giggly. I hate to explain it like this, but I don't no. No, that don't make sense. Never mind. Um yeah, that's a completely different situation. But anyway, it was one of those moments where it's like your anxiety for just a minute just goes away. Then of course you got the whole, oh my god, I'm embarrassed because I couldn't actually speak French, and when he tried to, because he did say something to me in French and I didn't understand what he said, so I asked him to repeat it. um he said, oh, it's nothing, never mind, I was just saying something in French. So and so I just I'm not gonna lie, like that kind of made me feel like they didn't do it. They're not him saying that was not the reason why I feel or felt embarrassed, because um I felt embarrassed because it's like, okay, he was trying to say something to me in French, but I I didn't quite pick up what he was saying immediately. And so I it kind of feels like an indictment on me because it's like I was trying so hard to learn French for so long and I fell off the wagon for a bit. I haven't made the attempt in several months to further my learning, but it's one phone button away. It's one app away. It's just a matter of not being lazy. And so it's like there was almost that feeling like, oh my God, I can never sing in French again, at least not out loud. Like there was, and then later on, I'm like, oh, come on, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. They actually were very encouraging. They they were very impressed with how well you sang in French. Like they gave you advice on how to go forward. So don't be ridiculous. You don't have to, like, if it keeps you happy and it keeps you keeps you from being miserable in this bullshit system, then you do you, boo. You know. Well, the Bay is calling me back in there, so I gotta wrap this up. Um, well, like I said, very mixed feelings, but overall, um, I think it was overall positive. It was a positive thing. Like, I think I fell off because I wasn't hearing many people or anybody who spoke French, really. So it's like I didn't feel like, okay, well, if nobody is going to need a French speaker, then why bother even trying? So I stopped learning for a while, and now I literally froze in silence for a second because I literally heard French, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not useless after all. Maybe I can get back into it. So anyway, and I don't mean the language. I mean me learning it. Like, why am I needed as a French speaker if nobody needs a French speaker? But anyway, I feel like I really should get back into learning the language. Like, instead of feeling like it would be like, first of all, even then, it's not like why I would even stop learning it because, well, I don't have a reason to because nobody at my job, no customers are coming in needing a French translator. But it's like, it's like, why not? It's not the only reason I wanted to learn French in the first place. So why am I giving up based on that alone? Like, it is part of my ancestry. I do want to learn French because of that. And then, of course, God forbid, I want to get the fuck out of here and go to Quebec. So, plenty of reasons to learn. There's no need to give up on learning the language, just because there's not that many people, coming in who need a French translator. So, or a French interpreter, I think. I don't know what the actual terminology is, but anyway, well, that's all. I'm gonna go have my supper. My tumbly is rumbly. All right, bye guys. It's been fun. How do I stop this thing again? Oh, arrêtez la diffusion. Arrête.